Here's the top gear that I make sure to have when I'm filming an event. Number one is my audio recorder. I gotta make sure if there's a panel and I'm not just doing a highlight or anything like that, there's speakers, I gotta have great audio. Of course, my cameras, but a lot of events have DJs, music, everything like that. One thing that you'll notice if you film the events, depending on the venue, you need what's called vibration pads. If that venue's rocking, the music is loud, your tripod's gonna be shaking. So that's one thing you wanna have to absorb those vibrations for your tripod, vibration pads. You can find it on Amazon, somewhere like that. They're not too expensive. Also, I wanna have zoom lenses. Most venues are pretty large for events. So if I'm gonna be in the back, a lot of times cameras have to be out the way. I'm using something like a 70-200 or something, even depending on the venue, might even longer than that. But I gotta have my zoom lenses, so I make sure that I don't just have this 18 mm lens in the back of the room and I can't even see the stage. So definitely having zoom lenses, that's another thing I make sure to have in my kit when I'm going for events. Also is AC power and V mounts. A lot of these speakers are going for an hour or 2 hours. We don't know how long we're going to be filming before we can stop the recording. So I want to make sure I have enough power. So I'm running the AC, I'm bringing extension cords, stingers, everything like that, V mount, so I have enough battery and I don't lose power right in the middle of an extremely important panel. Speaking of panels, I'm always bringing gaff tape too. If I'm running all these cables and cords, I want to make sure the set is completely safe, the venue's safe, nobody's tripping, blaming me, knocking over my expensive cameras. So I have that gaff tape where I'm just taping down the wires. That's going to be a great look to your client that you're caring about the attendee safety, and it's going to protect your equipment. Also, when it comes to cameras, you all may know this, but I have to mention it. I'm always using cameras that don't have a recording limit. Now, depending on what you're doing, if it's just a highlight, you may not have to set the camera up and record for very long. But if I'm doing a panel, anything over 30 minutes, a lot of these cameras, the entry-level cameras can stop at 30 minutes. So the cinema cameras and some of the smaller new mirrorless DSLR cameras are letting you have unlimited recording time. So I got to make sure that's something important. Media cards with enough space, that's super important. All that's in my kit when I go to film an event. If I'm doing interviews on the event, I want to make sure my light stand is on wheels. Anything that I have, sometimes I'm doing interviews, I keep a floppy and an Amaran F22C. That's my go-to little run and gun interview kit, and it's all on wheels. I want to be mobile. I'm bouncing around. I gotta have that if I'm filming an event. And this is just something I keep on all productions, but a cart or a wagon and wheels. These events, these venues, I'm in Atlanta. Parking's terrible. I got a bunch of gear. I gotta have a wagon or a cart so I can pull everything in there. Check it out. Amazon, you get one, sturdy wheels, everything like that for about $100 something. But that is my go-to kit.